Hello, my name is Edmund Wist. I am founder of Cybersecurity Cyborg and creator of ARIAconnector.com. And today I want to do just a quick rundown on creating workflows. And so there is a number of ways to create and manage workflows. And I can kind of go through some of the design concepts behind it as we go through it. But what is critical to understand here is that the whole process has been built around very much what it, in like an inception level, built to do. So you are able to work with ARIA to build ARIA workflows, and those ARIA workflows can modify the behavior of ARIA or agents or the things deployed by it. With that kind of concept in mind, we can start with the first way to just start building a workflow, and that is the little build wizard. Now, I will admit when we get into some of the manual stuff that I have not manually built workflows. I have been so busy trying to troubleshoot and train and work with my agents that are helping build the workflows that I have limited experience with building my workflows myself. I just test them and make sure that the AI agent builds them correctly. And then you'd say, well, why would you build all these visual workflows? But the idea behind it is that this is the center point for AI co-creation with humans. So we want to be able to share a visual experience, something that the human will understand and be able to digest of how the agent is behaving, and then give the human participate in the co-creation the ability to alter and modify that. Again, a lot of philosophy behind it, but then you can kind of see it in the architecture. So I'm going to think of, and I didn't really plan on this, so let's just do create a workflow that reads a GitHub and finds bugs. I don't know. I probably should have planned for this demonstration a little earlier. Now, understand that I could have been more detailed because this agent is hooked into all my context and can evaluate and say, hey, there's a piece of context related to GitHub that may be relevant to this solution. In this case, I think it's saying, hey, bug finder agent, there's looks like it's saying maybe there's already a bug finder out there. But anyway, it says here, so this is the URL to the repository that I want to create the workflow for, and I think that's optional. We can configure that later, but it also shows the nodes that were developed for this workflow, so you can bring that into the editor, and then you have the beginnings of these workflows, and you can kind of get an idea of how those are generated. And then, of course, especially while I've been debugging and troubleshooting it, you may go through and you'll be like, oh, I'll just run this right from the get-go without checking it. And I'll go through and it'll say, okay, bug finder agent, looks like it's going through and at least attempting things. And it looks like I haven't configured any Git, so I think it's probably going to possibly run the agent but say, hey, I didn't have a code base to connect to. I believe probably would be the resolution there. But you can kind of get an idea of, hey, okay, I need to fix this. Maybe I say, so, it looks like it doesn't understand where my code is. And then, so this coding assistant agent would like, hey, I'm hoping, looks like you haven't configured a Git for it, and that's why it can't do it. And then if it has access to it, it will actually, specify the Git repository, and then it gives you reasons why. And then if it can auto-apply them, it will go ahead and do that. That's the Git repository for all of these. So see your Git repository here. So clearly that's what's missing from this configuration in order for it to run. So basically, all these functions are also available on the side here, and you can click through them, and I can manually edit the nodes, or I can go into the specific node items and change configurations on them. But I always can fall back to an agent that can actually change those nodes, change their configurations, and even help you load data like crystals, configurations, models, etc. Hope that kind of clears up how workflow development is done and how you can implement them for your solutions.